Hi, everyone, and welcome to my life, where I have a new series that will be unedited with all of the pauses, all of the hums and ums, and all of that because I am not editing these. So, this is my real life. And this series is a journal of my mental health and spiritual journey through some major life changes. And in the first video, last one, I talked about how my husband and I came to a decision to make a major life change. And so this video takes us to about January and February of 2025, where we decide to actually make the trip to go look at properties in Myrtle Beach. So we had been looking for the last several months at this point on what's it called? Realtor.com. Like I said, unedited. So we'd been looking for the last several months on Realtor.com and finding things. And around the fall, there were a lot of things that looked like they were what we were looking for. And as it got closer and closer to that February trip date, it started whittling down a little bit, and we were worried that maybe we picked the wrong time of year to go look at properties. But our realtor reassured us that, oh, yeah, it'll be fine. So we get down there, and there's like 4 properties to go look at. We booked the whole week down there. We go look at these places, and what we were looking for is a place we could move into eventually where he can run his music studio, his guitar lesson business out of our home, and we'd have income properties attached to it. So we were hoping for at minimum to have a duplex, but we were looking into a triplex or a fourplex preferably, and preferably in a short-term rental area so that we could make the best money for our investment. We get down there and there's 4 properties. They're all duplexes, none of them short-term rental available. They were all just long-term rentals. But the prices were okay. They were within our range. And some of them were a little shady. There was like 2 that we were looking at that we were trying to decide between. As far as my memory serves, he might have a different opinion on that, but there were 2 in particular that I thought may have been good prospects that were in the suburbs of Myrtle Beach. One was quite far from the beach. We'd have like a 20-30 minute drive. The other one was more of a 10-15 minute drive to get to the beach itself. And we would have been have long-term tenants in the other side of those 2 units if we bought one of them. And we were kind of dejected about all of that. You know, we didn't want to settle for something that wasn't walking distance to the beach. We didn't want to settle for getting just a steady low month to month rather than the money that you can make during the on season down there on short-term rentals. So after looking at that 4th and final property, we're driving around and I'm scrolling on my phone through the realtor website and a brand new listing pops up. It's pushing the high end of what we could possibly afford. And it was still only a duplex, but it was a block and a half to the beach, short-term rental ready with fully furnished, all the bells and whistles. It looked like the perfect deal. So we call our realtor up as we're driving and get that scheduled to go look at. And we fell in love with it. We loved the location. It was in North Myrtle Beach in the Windy Hill section. And the walk to the beach is a block and a half. And it's near it. We'd during our trip, unedited. So during our trip down there, we'd gone to dinner with some friends that live down there to an Indian restaurant. And when we looked up the address of the Indian restaurant, comparing it to the property, it was walking distance, like 10-15 minute walk from the property. And that was a delicious delicious Indian place, and we love Indian food. So, and lots of restaurants, of course, and it's near all the things that we love doing down there. And it's near House of Blues, where he's hoping to get some gigs, and it's near all kinds of music venues and opportunities for both of us. So we put our offer in and sat on pins and needles because we put our offer in on Friday. They were having an open house on Saturday. We were hoping to get them to, giving them like a 24-hour notice to get them to show their hand and accept our offer before their open house, because we didn't want someone else snatching this gem up. But they pushed the boundary and waited till after the open house, but then did accept our offer. And I went to the open house as well. So I got another look at the property itself. And so that's the story. Am I even recording? I hope so. God, I hope I'm recording. So anyway, that is the decision of how we found our house. And so next video, I'll go into the financial concerns we've had surrounding all of this in vague detail. So if you're interested in continuing this journey with me, please like and subscribe to this video. I'd like to hear your comments down below, what you think about our journey so far. Give me some thoughts on what you would have done differently in our situation, and any questions that you might have for me up to this point. All right, thank you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video. Namaste.